Hey everyone! So back in April I participated in the Prideathon readathon. I had the time to read 4 different LGBT plus books and it was so much fun. I didn't do the first 2 challenges of the readathon. The group book, The Fever King by Victoria Lee, was not available at my library. The second challenge was to reread an LGBT plus book, which I didn't get around to since I spent time reading the books that were new to me first. The third reading challenge was to read a book that I didn't buy, and I aced that one since all 4 of the books I read were borrowed from the library. The fourth challenge was to read a book that represents my identity in some way. For that challenge, I read The Love and Lies of Rukhsana Ali by Sabina Khan. Rukhsana is a Bengali American girl whose immigrant parents don't know that she's a lesbian until they catch her kissing a white girl and freak out and decide they should take her back to Asia and marry her off to a dude. This book could be difficult to read at times because of the homophobia and brief descriptions of physical and sexual violence, but there aren't exactly a ton of stories featuring South Asian women, much less gay ones, so I'll take what I can get. Plus, this was ridiculously well-written and engaging fiction. The 5th Prideathon Readathon challenge was to read a book that has been on my TBR for a long time. Boy Meets Boy by David Levithan has been on my TBR since high school, and I've never gotten around to it. This early 2000s story is set in a bizarre and brilliant small town where the cheerleading team is a biker gang that rides Harleys, and the Gay-Straight Alliance was created to teach straight kids how to dance. It is a story of a boy who meets another boy and they fall in love with a few challenges along the way. It is a beautiful romantic comedy, and it was nice to have a reference point to see just how much David Levithan has grown. The 6th Prideathon reading challenge was to read an LGBT plus book with a protagonist that's different from you. I picked George by Alex Juno. It's a children's book about a young trans girl who wants to play Charlotte in the school's production of Charlotte's Web. But she can't because everyone thinks she is a boy. It is a cute story and involves a trip to the zoo, which I think is the mark of all truly great children's stories. The 7th and last Prideathon reading challenge was to read any LGBT plus book. For that, I read They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. It has some sci-fi elements in that everyone is alerted by an app and a call center on the day that they are going to die to be told that they're going to die sometime in the next 24 hours. 2 teenage Latinx boys both get the message that they will die today, and they find each other on a different app that connects people who are dying with a last friend, someone to spend their very last day with. A bi foster kid who is still not over his ex-girlfriend and a gay anxious kid whose dad is in a coma spend their last day together and learn what it's like to feel alive. And they fall in love, and then they die because Adam Silvera is not a liar and they are both going to die. Prideathon was so much fun. I loved reading these books and would love to find even more LGBT plus books to read in the future. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. And just a reminder, I'm still raising money for Camp Lilac, a summer camp for trans youth. Their mission is to provide a safe, welcoming space for transgender youth to be themselves in a positive, supportive, and youth-focused environment. If you want to donate or just share the fundraising page, there is a link in the Chamber of Secrets. And hey, I love you.